We are back. Season 4 of the Craft Beer Connoisseurs podcast. I'm Brett. Along with me is 2 other hosts and a producer. For those of you who are new to the podcast, we like to showcase breweries, their beers, and conclude every episode with a thematic-ish conversation. If you're a casual listener or a seasoned vet, you know what to expect. Producers continue to change short episodes, but the same old connoisseurs will continue to provide top-tier content every single episode. Please feel free to listen to all of our previous episodes and producer specials to get an insight into all of the breweries and beers we've mostly enjoyed. And whether you're new or returning, we are pleased to be your favorite craft beer podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Craft Beer Cons, send a friend request on Untapped, or subscribe on YouTube at Craft Beer Connoisseurs. Also drop a comment, like, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Now, for today's episode. Welcome to the Craft Beer Connoisseurs. I'm Brett.
I'm Tyler, and along with us today is producer Austin.
Yes.
Hi, Austin.
Hello.
Now,
Hello.
Should we mention that we're in different digs now?
Yes. A lot tighter space.
For now.
But also a better space for recording.
Yeah.
Because it's not your living room anymore.
It's not in the living room.
Of an apartment.
It's true. We have dedicated air conditioning, which was a problem.
It was.
The temperature control in the apartment, not great.
I think I mentioned it a few times.
Not great.
No, it was not great.
But, I mean, all things considered, we do have a temporary recording space here in the new house.
Yes.
We'll see what we do.
Yes.
long
You're a
term.
homeowner now. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Producer Austin clapped too, but you know.
Yeah. Much like his voice, silent.
He had a golf clap.
Yeah, it's true. But it's good space. We have a beautiful view too.
Absolutely. This is way better than just the view of your screen. Like, obviously, we're still viewing a screen, but I also have like a nice view of nature.
There is some nature in the background.
Right.
Which we might talk about some nature in this episode.
We might get there.
What is
perhaps.
this episode?
So today's episode, we're going to be reviewing Lovebird Brewing, based out of the Grey Highlands in Ontario, yes.
We might be able to see some lovebirds in the backyard.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe.
Just 2 lovebirds sitting here.
Oh, the 2 lovebirds own this house now.
Oh, no. As always, we're going to be having 2 beers today. The first one is Good Things, which is actually a dry hopped rice lager. Now, I believe we've had one rice lager, and we'll get to that before, later on maybe on the podcast previously. And the second is Lovely Day. I thought you were going to sing it. No?
No, I'm not going to. It is a lovely day outside, though.
It is. Nice crisp fall air, which is a New England style pale ale.
And to finish off the episode, we're going to talk about our experiences with birds. And we're back.
We are back.
And still in this house. You haven't defaulted on your mortgage payment yet.
Yeah. We had the first one come out last Thursday.
I'm sure you were pumped about that.
I'm pretty excited, actually.
It's a good time. Anyway, so Lovebird, as mentioned, is based in the Grey Highlands, but it's a contract brew with no physical bricks and mortar location at this time.
Wow, okay.
Yes. But that's being worked on.
Okay.
Obviously, it's kind of difficult in this time to find the right building at the right price.
Right. And maybe up in Grey Highlands area, there's not a whole lot of, mixed use commercial space.
And I think there's a lot of, obviously, things are a little bit overpriced with the interest rates being not great.
Yeah.
But,
north of 6.
Yeah.
So I do know.
Yeah, I was going to say, you do know. However, they do operate the Lovebird Snack Club in Thornbury, where they can enjoy, as long with the people that goes in there.
Yeah.
Right? Lovebird on tap, in cans, along with other great Ontario beers, wines, spirits, etc. And the brand was launched in November of 2022. So just over about a year now. Or under a year, I should say.
Yeah, just under.
Math, not good. Austin, thank you for the correction. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Austin, he's here with the little tiny golf claps and the minor corrections.
Right.
All right. So, Lovebird ran by a husband and wife team. Mm-hmm. Seen that before a couple of times.
We have, yes.
But they're still together. So we've also seen it gone the other way too.
Yeah.
So Alexander and Emily Charmau, I believe, or Cramau. I think we'll go with Cramau.
Yeah. And if we apologize if we're saying that incorrectly, our bad.
Yeah. I mean, we're not here for the last names. We're here for the beer.
That's true.
So Alex is actually a brewmaster himself, which makes things a little bit easier when you start a brewery. If you can do everything yourself, right? A little bit
better.
It
does make sense.
With a master's degree in analytical chemistry. So
smart guy.
Yeah. We hope the beers are really good then too, because there's a lot of math, science,
chemistry
that goes into it. He's utilized that experience with working at different breweries. Which includes Collective Arts, Black Bellows, and Nickelbrook. So some pretty big names there. Mm-hmm. Some popular breweries.
And I was just going to say, Lovebirds must have chemistry, right? Just one of those things.
Ooh.
That's
twice. That's twice you brought up Lovebirds in chemistry. I'm telling you, this is good.
So Lovebird is also located in many different restaurants up in the Grey and Bruce County, along with bottle shops like Wheel Brew and Berry, Princess Cafe and Kitchener, and 4th and 7 in Toronto. Lovebird's beer is about being approachable, along with focusing on collaboration, community, and inclusivity.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? That was a bit of a weird word for me.
You threw a T in there. You threw an extra T in there.
I thought I did.
Yeah.
I thought I did.
But that's okay.
Damn it.
Yeah. Obviously, I've never been there, and you've never been there.
No.
Because where would you go?
No.
I miss you so.
Yeah, right.
Seems like it's been forever.
Since we've done something? Perhaps.
We got to go to some of these places. But again, this doesn't have the bricks and mortar.
But, I'm going to go to the snack shop and have all their beers along with, maybe some snacks.
Well, what we should do is when they do open, we should take a tour.
I'm thinking so.
And
we are due for a good tour. I was either going to suggest that or Buffalo, because my wife just came back from there. And trust me, it's when they say destinations of the States for craft beer, Buffalo's actually a pretty good one.
It's up there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Did she bring us back anything?
Yes, she did.
She brought us back something.
Correct.
That's nice.
Not producer Austin. So
what a nice
as a kind of a joke, because this is my first time being at Tyler's new house. Mm-hmm. A run-of-the-mill thing that people do for a gift.
They do this.
Is they put a Smirnoff Ice in a bag as like a housewarming gift or like a happy birthday gift or like a, happy Kwanzaa gift or something. Right? So I provided that.
You did.
For you. And
on the day of the recording.
Yes. We'll do it afterwards.
Yeah. We're going to do the beers first.
Yes, correct. But my wife does have your actual housewarming gift.
Oh, that's nice.
She's just not here today, and rightfully so.
That's fair.
But anyway, continue on.
We digress.
Yes.
So there's no bricks and mortar. And there's no delivery at this time. So Lovebird is really kind of very grassroots, even though they've been doing it for a year. A year's not a whole lot of time. Mm-hmm. So they're still kind of figuring out the logistics, which is great. Now, there's a caveat with this because there was special delivery provided to the craft beer connoisseurs.
So, in talking with Alex, we kind of went back and forth and said, "Oh, this is where," because they got delivered to my house.
Yes.
I kind of put my address in there. It's like, hey, you want to ship them? Boo, cool. Like, we can figure out a way to get them. And he's like, actually, the warehouse is close by. I can just swing by in like 25 minutes and drop them off, and which is great. And my wife runs a home daycare, and he came during lunchtime. And apparently my wife said that he was just standing at the door waiting for somebody to grab the beers, which my wife did, which is, good for her.
Yes,
good job.
For her.
Probably better than my 3-year-old to pick up the beers because my wife is of legal drinking age.
Yes, that's true.
So my daughter is not.
So, I mean, a super shout out to Alex.
Yes,
and we'll thank him again, but I'm sure we'll thank him many times for this episode.
Yes, especially if the beer's good, we'll thank you a lot.
Yes. It's a good point. So actually with Lovebird only being kind of in their sister shop, if you will, that Snack Shack, with Snack Club there, they've got some hours that you can go there and have the beers. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 11 to 8, and Sunday, 11 to 4.
Mm-hmm. We're going to have to link their information on our social media. And maybe, I don't know, should we fly on to beer number 1?
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah. And again, big shout out to Alex from Lovebird for dropping off the beers.
Thanks, Alex.
God, you love it when a plan comes together, right?
The real MVP.
And this one did for sure.
It did come together.
So the first beer we're having today is Good Things, which is a dry, rice-hopped lager. Okay.
Yeah, looking forward to this.
Yes, I am as well. 4.6 ABV, 16 IBUs.
Yeah.
Take it away, good sir.
Thank you. So Good Things is a mix of everything lagers. Okay. Taking inspiration from the Japanese rice lagers, old brewing processes in the States, and their own spin using German hops. So this is a very international kind of lager.
Yes.
As I said, I am really looking forward to this.
It's like all the good things from all those places.
Yeah. This is brewed with 25 or 26% rice. Okay. And the rest is the German Pilsner malt. It's lightly dry hopped to give, subtle melon and strawberry character. Okay. The hop used is Sapphire within the Whirlpool.
And not Sapphire. Sapphire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then dry hopped with the Huel melon. So this is going to have a lot of different flavors to it, I think. And
yes,
we know, historically on the craft beer connoisseurs, lagers generally fall into a nice little range, which can be, criticized by those out there saying we don't know what we're talking about. But that's okay.
Yeah, because we do.
We do. And I mean, there can be 4, 4.5, 5 lagers.
Yep.
It's just for us, it's just, there's a range that it kind of fits in. This has some very distinct flavor profile.
Yes.
And again, kind of looking forward to seeing what that looks like.
Me as well.
Okay.
Cannot wait to get into this.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at Craft Beer Cons and Untapped at Craft Beer Connoisseurs. The rating for Good Things is 3.72 out of 5 with 54 check-ins. And 3 of our friends on Untapped have had it with a check-in of 3.82.
Ooh.
Okay.
So again, higher than average. Higher than average. All right. Let's grab our glass, grab our can, and let's open her up.
That's a great sound, especially with the surround sound we almost have in your, what do you call this room?
Podcast studio right now.
Yeah, podcast studio.
But it is the office at the end of the day.
Yes, the office. The podcast office.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What are we drinking out of here, Brett?
Oh, of course. You're going to just drink out of a nice pint glass. Okay, nice basic pint glass. I mean, if you got a craft beer connoisseur's pint glass, by all means, drink out of that. I don't think many people do have that. But, we're getting on it.
We haven't sold any either.
Yeah, we're getting on it.
Because we don't have any made.
Yes. I don't know if you know this, but our lives have been a little busy.
Yeah, every one of us
Yours.
have been. Yeah.
One of us isn't even here.
Well, as you guys know.
We haven't even mentioned him.
Yep.
That
Which
guy.
is good. Yeah.
That guy.
I don't even know who he is anymore.
Yeah, I can say his name.
Let's not say his name.
No, I won't.
Now, one thing we can mention is that when we do the picture of this, we have upgraded our light box.
Yeah. We were busy enough, but not busy to the point where we were able to get a new light box.
Listen, we're always thinking about this podcast all the time.
It was actually moved into the house, and you're like, I need a light box. First thing you bought.
Honestly, it was. I said, you know what? The podcast deserves a light box, a newer one. The older one looked a little bit grungy, and it wasn't that great.
It was falling apart.
I think it was like the third day we used it. The ring light in it absolutely blew out.
Yep. And that's why we got a new one.
We got a new one?
But speaking of new, this beer that I've never had before, and you've never had before.
No.
We should probably give it a little bit of a scent.
Yeah, a scent. We should give it a scent, or we should smell what scent it's given us.
Ooh, that is nice. It doesn't really smell like a lager, obviously. It has, you can definitely tell those hops, those strawberry melon flavors are coming off the aroma there. I'm actually quite looking forward to this one.
Yes, there's some melon on the nose there for me too. Yeah, I like that. Kind of like a cantaloupe. Is what I'm getting. I was, there's the honeydew aspect, but I'm not really getting that. It's more of a cantaloupe on nose right now.
And you're more of a melon expert when it comes to
not so
cantaloupes,
much,
honeydews,
maybe more so than
the other ones,
all the other melons that you can get.
Watermelon.
The appearance of this, lager-ish.
Lager is with a little bit of haziness in there.
There's I would say a fair amount of haziness.
It's almost like bordering maybe on a hazy lager, perhaps.
Yeah.
Which I would gladly enjoy. And I'm going to in a couple minutes.
Good carbonation.
Yep. Head does disappear. There might be some lacing here on the back end, which is totally fine.
I anticipate there'd be some lacing for sure. There's some adjuncts kind of floating around. Yeah, no, it looks good. It smells good.
But you want to know there's one thing that we haven't done with it yet.
There's good lighting in here.
Yes, right?
A lot better because we had to shut the lights off before.
I had to turn off the AC. Now we got the central air, and it's great.
So what's the one thing we need to do?
Drink it.
All right, let's drink it. You go ahead.
I will.
You get a little sippy poo-poo in you. We'll go from there. Okay, all right.
That's quite nice, actually.
Quite nice.
I was a little bit parched. I got a full tour of the place, and then had to do some setting up and whatnot. So usually I just I come in, we start, and we go.
It's already set up for you.
It's already set up, and today
that's really nice.
Do
you think producer Austin sets it up? Because he doesn't.
No producer.
Poor guy.
Sets it up, man. He did set up his chair in the corner, though.
He did put his chair in the corner. Oh, what a classy guy. This is good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, no, I like this actually. It's got that lagerish kind of vibes, but that haziness and that honeydew or humelin, sorry, not honeydew, humelin is coming through very nicely. That strawberry is also there, and you don't really see many beers hit that strawberry note unless you're using artificial strawberry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This one is definitely hitting the... I gotta think there's something. This is...
You're going back from where? Yeah, no, this is good. Again, there's a difference between a lager and a rice lager. This does have the rice lager characteristics. I would say I lean more to the rice lager kind of aspect as well, like or the flavor profiles.
Yep.
Than a traditional lager. I mean, nothing wrong.
Yeah,
with
I'm a
it.
big fan of like Japanese super dry lagers.
You are?
Yeah.
All right.
Actually,
so
like Grey Matter up in that area, they make a great rice lager.
Right.
But this one, I think it's as I kind of mentioned earlier, I was kind of joking about it. It's like all good things from different brewing styles from Japan and German malt. It's like, actually, you know what? This is coming together to be a very, very nice beer.
for sure. I don't know if you knew this, but I went to Asia once.
Did you go to Thailand? We are in Thailand now, aren't we?
Anyways, but again, I think it's just there with there's a bunch of rice lagers, right? So
That's their main kind of style.
yeah, so there's a little bit of rice.
This isn't a bad thing to say, but there's a lot of rice there.
There's a lot of rice, yes, a lot of rice fields. So, well done. There is melon coming through. There's strawberry notes for sure. The rice lager aspect, as I said, it's well done. Pretty balanced. What do you think?
So, I think as I said, well balanced, very nice. I could have this on a nice. It's almost like a thirst quencher. Right? It's not Gatorade by any stretch, or Powerade. I can't remember which one it was that has the thirst quencher.
Yeah.
But this would be a great one for after you've maybe mowed the lawn for the first time. You just sit on the deck and you maybe heater, depending, because it is October now. Massive deck.
Yeah.
Massive.
Unsolicited,
like 2-story.
Unsolicited deck pics is what I'm sending out to people. You know?
Yeah, I bet.
Check my deck.
Yeah, exactly. So much seatage.
There's,
But this would be like a great beer after that.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a good first beer of the day.
This
kind
is
of beer
a good start.
after a hard working athletic activity. Not saying grass mowing is athletic activity by any stretch.
I guess it depends what kind of mower you
Or like if you were blowing the driveway in the wintertime, have this beer as a reward.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the
it's a very versatile beer.
It's like a reward. This is what this beer is.
Yeah, it is a very versatile beer for sure. Let's get to the top 5 flavor profiles.
Yeah, Austin said, let's get into that,
Let's start getting into that. Number 1, smooth flavor.
It definitely goes down smooth.
Yep.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you that is correct. I would keep it as number 1 for sure.
Number 2 is balanced.
I think we've kind of nailed it on the head. Like it's just everything's kind of coming together to make this beer really solid, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I guess we haven't touched about the can label. We'll get there in a second.
Yeah, I was just going back and trying to remember 4.6.
Yeah. Right.
Nice lager.
Number 3, bitter.
Oh wow, we're splitting these up.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Reverse Uno on you.
Yeah. All right. Bitter. There is a touch of bitterness to it.
Yes, which I like though. Not minding it at all.
Yeah, I think mixed with the flavors that it already exists, it's good.
Yeah, I think so. Now, there's only 3 because obviously the low amount of check-ins. Yeah. Number 4, I'd probably put in there as like a melon.
Yeah.
And number 5,
Melanie, I think is one.
Yeah, Melanie, I believe is the preferred term. And number 5, probably put in like a berry. Not strawberry per se, but I put in like berry. That's what I would put in.
Yeah, I'd put light again.
Refreshing would be another one. I've said this is a refresher.
Crisp.
Yes, crisp. It is, and it's clean. It's a clean beer, right?
It finishes really well. Sorry, just to jump. It does finish fairly well. Like you get a bit of stickiness in the mouth, like for mouthfeel, but like it does finish quick, which is good because again, you had your sip, sat there for a couple of seconds, and you wanted to kind of get back into it, right?
Yes, it is a beer that makes me wanting to come back for more.
Yeah,
which in my constitution means that it's a good beer.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's see what other people thought about this one on Untapped. Entirely the first one.
Yeah, number 1 here, we got Spike. Handle is Sir Spike.
Must be a volleyball guy.
Yeah, either that or used to have frosted tips. State the following. A typical dry, crisp lager, slightly bitter throughout, not overly flavorful or adventurous. 3.1 out of 5.
I don't know if I agree with what Sir Spike is saying. I get the typical dry, crisp lager, slightly bitter throughout that part.
Yep.
But there's a lot of flavor there, and it's definitely an adventurous brew because you don't see, obviously, people throwing in melon hops into a rice lager.
Yeah.
So
I kind of disagree, but Spike gave it a 3.1 out of 5. So that's their rating. Yep. Might not be our rating, but we'll see.
No, I think Myers might be higher.
Yeah.
The next one comes from Mike D, and his handle is Shin Triad. Okay. Said complex and a bit saisony with tart notes. Okay, I kind of see.
Okay, a little bit same, but I guess kind of like a little more earthy, right?
Yes,
in a way.
correct.
Yeah.
Aroma reminds me of being in a sake distillery.
Okay.
I'd never been to one of those, so I actually can't tell you.
Yeah, but Mike
You went to Asia once. Did you go to one of those?
We never went to Asia. Sorry. I messed up.
Yeah, I think so. Next time you go to Asia,
yeah.
you're going to one of those.
You want to go?
Sure.
You wouldn't go.
I would, actually.
You would do the flight?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Because I would, if I was going to do that, though, I would make sure that I'm doing, like, first class. So just load me up with booze so I can sleep for hours. That's what I would do.
I don't know if you'd be comfortable with a 14.5-hour flight. Yeah.
I'm not riding economy.
Well, it's different on those flights.
Yeah, I understand.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right. I've had some great airplane meals, trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, those cookies, though. I tell you.
You keep a biscuit for a brewery after?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get comped $1,000
Yeah,
because
I've heard that, right?
Use the system.
God, that producer's bachelor party was fantastic. When
Great time.
Reimbursed for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this review. It just says a nice debut that feels timely. And I think if this is going to be a staple of eventually, hopefully, when they get a bricks and mortar location, this is going to bring people back for sure.
Yeah.
And Mike D gave it a 4 out of 5.
For sure. Now, that's the thing is I wouldn't necessarily have like 5 of these, but 2 or 3,
I'd bring a couple take homes, have them when you want them, right?
Keep it comfortable. Austin's just getting his calculator out here because he knows he's got to do a little bit of math.
That's a good thing for him.
Yeah, it is good. It is good for sure. Better than you do.
Before we do that, though, just to kind of help him with the calculator, because it's a big, like one of those old ones, like office calculators.
Yes.
I should touch on the can.
Yeah, might as well.
Right. So it just kind of seems, again, we've kind of mentioned about balance and bringing everything together. Mm-hmm. It's kind of just got those circles, 2 blue, 1 kind of like a off red, if you will.
Yeah.
And yeah, just simple. I do like the background. Almost looks like a card stock. If you know what I mean? Right?
Yeah. I'll give you
Faded
that.
card stock. Yeah. But yeah, no, pretty simple and basic, but
like
again,
natural pressed paper.
Yes.
And you would say the image was probably like a watercolor painting?
Yeah, watercolor. Thank you. I haven't done a watercolor painting since I was like grade 5. So there you go.
It's probably better for everybody.
I think so too.
All right.
But yeah, no, this is a can that's definitely would attract if it got in the LCBO. And I know I was reading an article that they got rejected from the LCBO. I would highly recommend that they try again.
Try
because
again.
I think this one needs to be in the LCBO to get a broader range of people to buy it, because it is a very good beer.
For sure. All right. So I'm going to give this, because I think we should start with the ratings now.
Yeah. I think this is a good time.
Good. So I'm going to give it a 4.25. Well thought out, well balanced, good flavor profile. Brett, you're taking a sip.
Yeah, I just want to get one more sip in there before.
Time.
Yep, I know. It'd be great if that he not be named would have filled in there, because I had another sip. But
that's true.
He not be named was not named.
Was not named or not here.
Both. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to be right with you there. I think a 4.25 is an accurate rating for this beer. Again, you know what? Good thing. This is a good thing right here.
Yeah.
No, both the name of the beer and the actual beer itself. It's a good thing.
It's good things.
Yes. Yes.
Or do you want to go ahead and give producer Austin's rating?
Sure. What are you doing over there? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sign language guy knows his ASL.
Yeah.
3.25, he's saying.
All right. So we got the 3 ratings, a 3.25, a 4.25, and another 4.25, which gives us an overall rating of 3.916, which we're going to round up
to 4.
To a solid 4.
Yes.
That's a good rice lager right there.
Absolutely.
We're going to be right back with beer number 2. Okay, we're back. Just flew in.
Yes, you did.
On the back of some lovely daybirds.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the unsolicited deck.
Massive, man.
Actually, I can see it right now. It is pretty massive.
Yeah.
It's a big one. Got some square footage to her.
She's not bad. The second beer is Lovely Day. A lovely day, which is a hazy New England style pale ale.
It is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good. It's 5% ABV, and the IBUs are unlisted. Brett, why don't you tell us a little bit about this beer before we actually get to cracking and tasting?
Oh, that's me. I'll say that. No, okay. So this beer is brewed with malted oats and pale wheat malt. The higher protein content of those 2 adjuncts help creating a fuller mouthfeel, a bigger body, me, and aids in haze stability. Yeah. I don't know if you knew this, but I am bigger than Tyler.
Slightly.
Yeah. This was hopped with Idaho 7 in the Whirlpool, and then dry hop with Simcoe and El Dorado.
Ooh,
Big fan
I like
of
those.
hops.
I like those
Glad ya.
hops. That's a good hop combination for sure.
Big fan.
Absolutely.
It's a lovely day. What can you say?
It is a lovely day. Speaking of lovely day, it has 28 check-ins. So again, very minute check-ins. With an average rating of 3.81 out of 5. We have one friend that's checked it in. The Brew Guy and Bourbon.
Big fan of the brews and the bourbon.
I'm just surprised out of 28 check-ins that we have one friend that's checked in. That speaks to our community.
Yeah,
so
we got a good one.
shout out to that craft beer connoisseurs
Matt is his
community.
name.
Yes.
I've met him a couple times.
Yes. With a rating of 3.70. So, yeah. Okay. Grab your can and grab your glass. And let's open her up.
So again, because it's just a pale ale and not an IPA. Okay. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy.
Glass round,
we are drinking this out of a pint glass.
Yeah.
Because again, that's the way it was labeled. So
That's what we got here.
yeah. Look at the pores.
Nice pours. Nice pours. Good
Austin,
head. Not bad. Not bad.
He has signed that he did an okay pour. He put the thumb and the index finger together, and then with the 3 other fingers go up like this.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. On the nose, what do you got, Brett?
Well,
Not on your nose.
I know.
On the nose.
Oh, let me tell you, lovely day in the nostrils. I know you got a bigger nose, so maybe
You might have the bigger body, but I got the bigger nose, Brett.
yeah, this is true. These are actual facts.
Yeah, it's true. What do you smell? And I'll let you know if my sniffer's picking it up.
This honestly smells like freaking orange juice.
It's nice.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah, no, it's
Very lovely.
gosh.
I'll stop with the puns now.
some good fruitiness to it for sure. The color of it looks like a 5 Alive.
Bingo.
You know,
Absolutely.
like through and through.
Like a nice carbonated 5 Alive.
You can't see. Well, we'll speak to the carbonation maybe when we taste it because it's hard to tell. Like, there's not a whole lot of carbonation.
There's better lighting here now, so. But yeah, the obviously it's very, very hazy throughout.
Yeah.
It's almost like cloudy, if you will.
Yeah.
I cannot see you through the glass, which is very nice.
Very nice. Yeah.
I like that in a beer.
That's a good barometer to
That's
test
good.
by. If I can't see your face through the beer,
That's a good beer.
That's a good beer right there.
All right. Well, let's figure it out if it's a good beer in the taste.
How about I taste this one first?
It is your house now.
Yeah.
So
House rules. I
house rules. I guess I gotta follow them. So.
No, you drink the last one
That's
first.
fair.
Fill
Now
some time.
Go ahead. Let's see. And down the hatch she goes. And here comes the review. And
Okay.
I'll toss it over to you.
Thanks. Appreciate that. You take your sip and let
I
me
will.
know what you
Thank
get
you.
out of it. Yeah. Good fruit flavor. Nice full body. Like it's there. It's got the mouthfeel. There's some creaminess to it. The haze is there. The Idaho 7, picking up on that for sure. And El Dorado on the back end. Yeah. I'm picking that up.
This is a good beer. Good beer.
This right there?
Yeah.
It's good beer.
This is good beer. The one thing I will say, it's definitely about the fuller mouthfeel. Oh, wow. Look at that. Little sneezer ting coming there.
I got another one coming. One in the chamber. One in the chamber.
But I will say that I could definitely understand how this is giving that fuller body, because this is one that's going to probably sit there for a little bit. However, for me, this is one that I want to sit there for a little bit. That's what I'm thinking. I actually really, really enjoy this beer. Almost one of those ones like where you just want to not put it down the hatch quickly. You just want to like have a nice sipper, right? A little sip here, a little sip there, and kind of just coast through a playoff game, maybe with some offense involved. If you watch the Jays 2 games, they didn't have any of that, but that's a whole other story that we could talk about. And this beer is definitely like, I'm going to use another Jays pun here. This beer is like if you just would have kept riding Brios instead of replacing him with Kikuchi, perhaps. This is just one of those things. I just want to ride. I want to ride what got me to the dance, not just,
I'm hearing
bringing a southpaw because it's a little different.
You want to ride Barrios is what I'm hearing.
Yes. There you go.
There you go. So Idaho 7. I was just, I want to kind of touch on that. And
It's the population of the state of Idaho.
We love you, Idaho. Kind of going some of the flavor profiles with that hop, right? And I'm getting this.
I just want to make sure that you said you're really tasting the Idaho 7, so I want to make sure that these are lining up for you.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I love Idaho.
No. Tropical fruit.
Yes.
Right? So this is, again, very citrusy, very tropical fruit. Apricot, stone fruit, orange.
The old stone fruit. You don't hear that very often.
We haven't brought it back. Yeah, but...
Apricots, I'm not an apricot guy, so I can't test that. But.
No, sure. Orange, you get some orange from it?
Yeah.
You're probably not a big fan of papaya. We've talked about papaya in the past. Papaya.
Honestly, the most papaya I have is literally when it's involved with a hop and a beer.
Yeah?
Yep. I'm not going out to No Frills and buying a papaya.
Sure. A little bit of red grapefruit kind of aspect from the...
I'm not a grapefruit guy either.
I know.
Which is really funny because...
But you mix it all together.
In all these things, like, oh, I hate that. But yeah, throwing a hop and a beer, man,
it's a little bit different.
It's a good time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Makes me really want to try more fruit. I won't, but makes me want to try it.
And I think that's kind of where we come back to the whole hey, this looks like the Five Alive, right? It looks like the Five Alive. It does have very much the citrus, the stone fruit, the passion fruit-ish kind of flavor profile. I am getting.
Are those the actual profiles of Five Alive? Because I'm actually don't even know.
No, I don't.
I'm actually interested to see what the five, what makes it Five Alive.
The ones that I listed are not.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna look that up right now.
The orange for sure. Yeah, you look that up early. Austin, why don't you look it up and type it in there? That'd be great.
Yeah, please do.
But yeah, with this, good flavor profile. Getting the apricot, a little bit of the red grapefruit, orange for sure. So it does kind of give you stone fruit, citrus kind of profile. It's hitting it. It's doing a great job. Hit us with that.
So the Five Alive is lemon, lime, orange, grapefruit, and tangerine.
So, 40%.
Delivers a taste explosion with a unique citrus zing.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, is this a taste explosion with a citrus zing? Yeah, I believe so.
Kind of, yeah.
All right.
For sure. Let's get to the top 5 flavor profiles. Austin's given us the international hurry the heck up sign. So
that was the middle finger he just gave us.
Yeah, I know, but...
Okay. Now, this one's a little funny because we talked about the limited amount of check-ins just because obviously Lovebird's new. And the first one only had 3 and had more check-ins. Yeah. This one has 28 check-ins and has 5 flavor profiles.
What an astute observation, Brett.
I'm not just another pretty face here, let me tell you.
Oof.
I do have some smarts. I've held down a job for almost 9 years. Yeah. So let me tell you. Wow. I know what I'm doing a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Number 1, fruity.
Yes. See?
Yes. Espanol. Press the SAP button on your...
Yeah.
Number 2, hoppy.
Again, the fruit flavors are driven by the hops.
Yes.
But again, it's not overly hoppy. It's not, there's no bitterness to it too. I don't find there's bitterness to it, which might spoil something coming up in the future. But
citrus, perhaps, number 3?
Number 3 is citrus. I am getting the citrus.
Yes,
that's
very much so.
That's the orange. There's a bit of the papaya. It's a good combination. I like the Idaho 7. I really do like it as a hop, especially in this style of beer, which is commonly where you would see it.
I just need to go to Idaho and find the 7 people that live there.
Yeah. Uno reverse. Number 4.
I knew you were going to do that.
Bitter.
It's a little bitter on the back end. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of expected that to come. Not saying the bitterness is overpowering. I don't want it to be. I want it to be exactly what this is. I don't think there needs to be any changes to the recipe, anything like that. This is a very, very good beer.
Yeah, for sure. And number 5 is tropical.
Judging by the leaves that are blowing right now, yes.
I was just looking at that too.
Yeah, all right.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, we got more scenery now instead of a screen. It's great. I can actually see, your deck and the forestry.
Yeah, there's a forest back there.
Yeah, you probably get some of that trimmed down there.
We'll see what we can do about trimming the forest down for you, Brett.
Thank you.
Yeah, tropical. I get that. I get that. Again, the order of this is number 1 being fruity. Cop out. I would actually go ahead and name either the orange or the apricot first. 3 is citrus. I'd move that up to 2. Hoppy is there, and I get it, but again, the hoppiness drives the flavors. Bitter, I'd drop to 5, if not even put it on there, and then 5 is tropical. I'd move that up. So
only thing I'm going to say only thing I like to see, but I would maybe suggest, and I kind of said, it doesn't interest me. If this was you throw a little bacteria in there to have some sourness to it.
So instead of going with the pale ale, you want to sour this beer?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Maybe. Just in the future terms, like obviously when you get a bricks and mortar location and kind of things grow from there, why not? Or throw just an idea.
I'd be interested to see what kind of other beers
because all the flavors there
they kind of come out with. But again, like this is something that the industry kind of does, though, right? Is like. In certain breweries go ahead and they're like, oh, well, we have this. It's great, but let's do something completely different with it or change it up a little bit, right? Like sometimes it's good if you have something that's great, stick with the greatness.
Bingo.
And so maybe you don't need to change anything. Like this, it's a good beer.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's very good beer.
Let's go to the untapped users here. We're moving along, Austin. Relax.
We're getting on. Big aviary expert over there, I think.
Yeah.
Right? So the first one comes from Kevin C. and his handle is Gaffer Kev. And he says, citrusy and then hoppy. Those Simcoe hops. So he's getting the Simcoe. Mm-hmm. I mean, right now you are closer to Simcoe than you are to Idaho. So
that's true.
There's that.
This guy's right. This guy's good.
I am good at geography, trust me. He rated a 3.5 out of 5.
All right. Jeremy, handle King Jeremy CDN.
Presumably Canadian.
Yeah, that's true. Said the following: a bit muddled, but nice hops throughout, and then did not provide a rating at all.
So going, and Austin's kind of relaying this to me, is that he was going through, and there's obviously people that have rated the beer, but these were really the only 2 comments. So we had to take it, I guess.
We take it to the limit.
We did.
One more time. And one thing to note, just based off of Kevin's there with the Simcoe hops, it kind of goes along with what we were saying. Like I did mention the passion fruit. Mm-hmm. You'll get more of the pininess of the hop, right? So, yeah, I get that. Some berry characteristics, which you might have alluded to a little bit too.
And there's no, I don't think, to my knowledge of geography, there's no hop farms in either Simcoe or Simcoe County.
What about Idaho? What do you know about Idaho hop farms?
Idaho, they got some hop farms there.
Okay.
Maybe 7 of them.
Maybe.
What did you see? Tried Idaho 6?
Well,
you know what? There you go.
It was a good time, and then 7 came along.
Yeah. And then 7, 8, 9. Anyway.
Jeez,
so
you are, Dad.
Yeah, damn right I am. Anyway, so out of 5, I'm going to...
Where are you
4.5. 4.5. I really, really like this beer. So, and kudos to you, Alex, for making 2 phenomenal brews to kind of get the contract kind of going here, and hopefully, we can go up there to Thornbury, see your friends at Thornbury, get some ciders as well. Yeah. Plus, stop there, get some beers. Good, very good job. Well done.
For sure. So for myself, I'm kind of like sitting here and I haven't had a sip for a little bit, and just how the beer is kind of.
You should have one.
But no. Okay. I think it's important to kind of like sit there and let that flavor still kind of like linger in the mouth. Some can be off-putting, some are not. And this is not. I respect the 4.5.
Yes.
I'm going to go a little bit lower, but I think it's a very, very solid beer. So I'm going to go 4.25. And Austin over here, 3.75. So 3.75.
It's a nice hop combination, which I agree with.
Yeah. Yes, and which I'm kind of surprised with. Like, Austin, you don't have to be shy here. Nice hop combination, good flavors. 3.75. You could have probably brought her up.
But it's okay.
It's true.
It's your call, and obviously you've said that what you said.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us what the overall is? I know it says for me to do it, but Austin's busy. I think you should do this one. I did the last one.
Yeah, he's up using the indoor plumbing currently.
Yeah.
So that gives us a team score of 4.1666666666667.
Okay.
All right.
So
I wrapped that up to a 4.25 though.
There you go. All right. Not bad.
Not bad. No, 2 very, very good beers. Good job, Alex. And thanks for delivering them as well. And then obviously we got to talk about, our aviary interest, right?
We should.
In terms of birds.
Coming up next.
Absolutely. And we're back for our thematic conversation. And no, we're not talking about your deck.
You know what we didn't do?
What?
We didn't talk about the can the last one. You want to just touch about the can?
Oh, yes.
Just
the rainbow watercolor?
Yeah. Let's touch on it. We didn't do it. We talked about it offline. We said, you know what? Let's mention it.
Rainbow watercolor.
Rainbow watercolor on Japanese rice paper. That's what we decided offline. We said could be Japanese rice paper.
Correct.
Beautiful.
It is.
But we should take flight here and tell us what we're talking about here.
Yes. So I wanted to look up the definition of Lovebird. and it was an openly affectionate couple.
A picture of you and your wife
Probably
was
not.
in the dictionary. What do you mean probably not? It's so funny. Like when your relationship started,
Yeah.
the two of you just were glued at the hip.
Lovebirds, some would say.
Some would say like two little lovebirds. One would fly away and the other one would follow. And if not, the one would leave and the other one would die. So lovebirds.
Either way, that's not going to work here. We're not going to talk about our affection history.
Okay.
I figured that probably wouldn't be good. However, the lovebird is a very small African and Madagascar parrot with a green plumage and redder black face. Mm-hmm. So I feel as though probably it's better to talk about that version than the other version, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So, do we like birds? Do you
It's
like
a
birds?
very generic question.
Yes.
This is nice. This is actually really, I like this thematic conversation. Very lighthearted, very nice. Let's do the massive roundtable we have.
Yes.
Like we do. You go first.
We actually have a round table now, which is quite funny.
We do. You go first. I'll go next, and then I'll mention producers, or I'll mix it up. How about that? So do you
I
like
do
birds?
like birds. Yes. There's lots of birds that like to sit on my window. They sometimes like to shit on my window.
You don't like that part?
No, I don't like that part. But
What kind of birds do you usually have?
Around? I'm not really too familiar with
The species?
the species, if you will.
Sure.
I know a cardinal usually flies around. I feel as though they've flown in from St. Louis. I don't know. Perhaps.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you see, the basic black ones, the basic white ones.
You have no idea about bird species.
I know. I have no idea in bird species. I do like watching them, like in nature and whatnot, fly around and do.
That's
their,
where
do
you
their
would
things.
watch them.
Yeah, I don't know the names of them at all.
Well, it might be something to kind of like dive into a little bit.
I know our other tech guy at work. He does like a bird watching trip every year.
Yeah, there's people that like. I mean, they go hard.
Like binoculars and everything.
Oh, they go hard.
All right.
Like there's a whole community. And I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum. We do a craft beer podcast. And people might find that weird, but
Yeah.
let me tell you.
I could bird watch with a beer in my hand,
You could.
right?
So you like birds?
Yeah. I
You
like
don't
watching-
know about
the Blue
species?
Jays have disappointed.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna go on about that for sure. But,
We're talking about the Orioles too here soon.
well, they've also disappointed too. So,
All right.
I mean, granted, we were recording this before. Maybe they lost Game 3. Maybe they won Game 3. We don't know.
Fair enough. So you're done?
Yeah,
With
go ahead.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like birds. I don't hate birds. I don't love birds, but I like birds. We had a bird feeder at the apartment. And we would see a couple birds there, but the elevation, we were really too high up. So there's certain birds that you would get, some you wouldn't.
I will say also, I didn't mean to cut you off,
Yeah,
but
no.
the elevation of where we're recording has changed because now we're at below ground.
Well, no,
We're I
clearly
guess
above,
even par.
We're above ground.
We're
actually-
a lot lower than what we used to be.
We are, but we're actually higher in terms of all the other residences generally in the municipality in which we reside now, except for the one place that's a little bit north of us. Anyways, I do like birds. They're nice. I do enjoy watching them, and I look forward to putting in some bird feeders and such. Producer, you want to do the producer?
Austin, yes. No, I did not want to do the producer. I just wanted to tell him what he's saying.
Yep.
And yes, his grandpa really enjoyed birds and has had many bird feeders in his backyard and was featured in a local newspaper one year because of this.
Nice. Mm-hmm. My grandfather was a huge bird person as well, and had a bunch of like flower beds to draw in the birds. So yeah.
Favorite style of bird?
Favorite style. Style. Favorite
Species of bird, whatever you want.
What kind of style of bird do you ride with? What's your ride style?
Larry Bird, 1988.
It's a good year for Larry. Yeah, very good year for Larry. What do you got? What kind of style bird do you like? What kind of species of bird do you like?
Well, no, I'm not going to say Larry Bird. I mean, I'm kind of biased to Blue Jays for sure. And the Cardinal as well.
Yeah.
Because the Cardinal does have some underlying meaning to both myself and my wife. So I would say
the Cardinal does. Sorry to interrupt you this time.
Yeah, go ahead. Please.
But tit for tat.
Yeah.
The Cardinal has I think a place in everybody's heart almost.
Yes.
Like it seems like there's a lot of connection to somebody in somebody's family that when they see it, they think of like a grandma or grandpa or a child, whatever it might be. There's connection there. I don't know what it is about the cardinal, but it seems like it's tied to a lot of families.
And the cardinal is tied to Bush beer a lot, so I assume that... No, I'm kidding. I see where you're going with it for sure.
Yeah, we were trying to have a moment there.
Yeah,
You just
we were.
shot the bird out of
Bull. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Producer Austin over there, he doesn't have a runaway favorite. Well, they don't run, they fly, but still.
They do fly. A flyaway favorite. You should have put that. Austin, you missed an opportunity.
Big fan of the owl. But, however, he's going to go with the bald eagle. Probably seen a few of those in Idaho.
Yep.
I don't know why you're laughing, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And I will laugh with you.
Yeah.
You can tell me that joke offline. Anyway.
The owl is interesting. I like owls as well. Have you seen the picture of the owls cross-legged? The way they sit?
No, I have not actually.
Yeah.
Is that like a... Hasn't come across my Google Chromecast photos when they slide by. I need to get one of those in there.
Too bad. Yeah, favorite style of bird. I love a blue jay, not just because I'm a huge Toronto Blue Jays fan. Like I've always been drawn to the blue jay, the colors of it. Very aggressive bird. Mm-hmm. Very aggressive bird. Very territorial. Loves peanuts. If you didn't know
and
about that.
And Cracker Jacks?
No, but they do enjoy peanuts. So I would put peanuts on our balcony, and they would come fly up, and we would see the odd blue jay. Actually, when I was doing a municipal law course 3 weeks ago, there's a couple of blue jays that were flying up. I was like, I love that. I love watching that. So, yeah, big fan of the blue jay. I also like hummingbirds. I think they're just super fast, super agile, very, very cool. Very cool.
And I think bird watching is better when you go and just not say like a trip and just like, okay, I need to see this bird. It's better when it just happens organically, right?
Yeah.
Right? Just, you see a couple birds just, yawking at each other. Is that the word? Yawking? I don't know if that's like a bird word. I don't know, but we'll just say it is.
Go on to your next question, which actually flows really nicely with this.
Yes. So ever bird watched or interacted with a bird before, like at a zoo or like an event or anything like that? I did do like the, what do they call it? Not the Ripley's, but little reptiles. Like they have birds there, right?
Yeah, like little reptile shows.
Yeah, like the mall. Yeah, so I did a bit of that back when I was younger.
Broken Stick had, the same sort of thing.
Yes, correct. Yep. Yes. So yeah, a bit of that, but I never had like a parrot sitting on my shoulder or anything like that. Like would talk back to me.
Like a macaw or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I know a friend of ours did have a parrot.
Yep.
Back in the day, that talked back to him, which was really good because he needed some of that. I think to kind of.
My great aunt used to actually have a bunch of birds at her trophy shop. Oh. Like old school when she used to live on Huron Street in Stratford. But she had like 13 birds in a cage there. So you go in and get a trophy.
It's been a big cage.
It was a big cage, and there'd be a bunch of birds. Yeah. Fun fact.
Yeah, there you go. Producer Austin, no interaction at a zoo or an event, but has bird watched. When his grandparents moved into the retirement home, him and his wife, gifted some bird feeders and stands from the house. A couple of these are at the window by his kitchen table. I have actually seen those.
Mm-hmm. Same.
And enjoy when the birds, especially the yellow finches.
Yeah, they're nice. I like good yellow finches. Yeah.
In the morning. They're better feeding in the morning than the afternoon, I guess. They're early risers.
So one thing about yellow finches, you want to have like some bright colors. You want to have like the yellow, which would draw them in.
Explain the yellow finches.
For sure. But like they see the yellow and it draws them into the feeders. So like you can see like a half dome usually over a feeder.
Okay.
Very nice. I do know a little bit about birds.
Yes. I feel as though if you ever want to start an aviary podcast, sure, go ahead. I will not join.
I'm excited to put some bird feeders out here, but bird watch, not like
you got some painting to do first.
Yeah, we got to get the painting done first before bird feeders go. But I do enjoy watching birds. There was an opportunity when I was at Disney the one time to go watch Birds of Paradise, but my significant other, she said no because she hates birds, and so I hold that over her head every time because I would have loved to do that, but it doesn't matter. It was a missed opportunity. I don't want to bring up Asia again, but I will because when we were doing this trek through the forest, there's a bunch of birds, and there's like people that would go for bird watching in Asia, like because again, you see things that you would not see over here, right?
That you would,
yeah. So there's some really cool birds that were over that way too, which was really interesting. And it's even when you go down to like Florida and you'll be like walking around Epcot, you'll see a bird that looks so bizarre to us, but it's native to that area. So I think part of traveling, as much as I like to travel and go to different breweries, it is really cool to see kind of like native species birds in each location, because you'll never see that. Same thing with trees, right? There's just very native trees that you only see where you travel. So
when we get a brewery about nature, we'll do a tree one. We could talk about our evergreens and everything.
Would we?
Maybe.
That'd be kind of naughty.
Ha! Ha ha!
All right, Fife, wrap this up, buddy.
All right, let's get off your deck and let's go. Let's fly somewhere else. The ending of this
farewell?
episode. Yeah, the farewell, perhaps.
We'll be back with our farewell. All right, that's all for today's episode. Thanks again for listening. Keep on listening every other Thursday, because us, the Craft Beer Connoisseurs releases a new episode, and on our off Thursdays for our producer special, which will be next week.
And make sure to tell your friends, family, and your favorite owl cross-legged enthusiast.
So for all of us and producer Austin, I'm Tyler,
and I'm Brett, and together we're the Craft Beer Connoisseurs.